Imagine this. You wake up every morning with a list of goals, dreams, and ambitions, yet by the end of the day, somehow nothing gets done. Your energy is drained, your focus scattered, and you wonder, where did the time go? Why didn't I get closer to what I truly want? The truth is, it's not about working harder or trying longer. It's about being available for the wrong things. Every notification, every unnecessary favor, every small distraction is quietly stealing your focus, and with it, your potential. Here's the thing most people never admit. You cannot serve everyone, answer every call, reply to every message, and still reach your highest purpose. Yet, so many of us do exactly that. We spread ourselves thin, we sacrifice our own priorities, and we convince ourselves it's just part of life. But it isn't life, it's a slow theft of everything you could have been. Now I want you to ask yourself something real. How many hours in your day are spent on things that don't move you forward? How many moments are given away to people, habits, or distractions that don't care about your goals? Every time you say yes to something that isn't aligned with your vision, you're saying no to your future self. You are giving away your power, one small distraction at a time. But here's the good news. You can stop it. You can take back control of your attention, your energy, and your life. You can stop being constantly available to things that don't serve you, and start being fully available to the things that actually matter. The work, the dreams, the people, and the life that will make you unstoppable. The moment you realize that your focus is your most valuable asset and that distractions are silently robbing you of your potential, everything changes. You begin to see clearly where you've been wasting energy, where your time has been stolen, and what it really takes to reclaim your life. So the question is, are you ready to stop being available for what drains you and start being available for what builds you? Are you ready to take control of your focus before the world takes it from you? Because once you do, nothing will ever hold you back again. Your focus is not just a skill, it is the single most valuable resource you have in life. Time is limited, energy is finite, and attention is the currency that determines what you can accomplish. Yet so many people treat it as if it is endless. They drift through their days responding to everything, giving their attention to anyone who asks for it, and then wonder why their goals never materialize. The truth is, it's not a matter of talent, luck, or even effort. It's a matter of focus. Without it, nothing else matters. Think about your day so far. How many times have you been interrupted? How many times have you switched tasks mid-thought, only to forget where you left off? How many hours have been spent scrolling, checking notifications, or worrying about things that don't move you forward? Each of these moments chips away at your most valuable asset, your attention. Unlike money, once your focus is spent, you cannot recover it. The hours you waste on meaningless distractions are hours you'll never get back. Focus is what separates those who achieve extraordinary results from those who stay stagnant. Look at anyone who has built something remarkable, a career, a business, a life that others admire, and you'll notice one thing in common. They protected their attention fiercely. They understood that their mind is their greatest tool, and every time they allowed it to wander or be stolen, they were slowing down their progress. Focus is not just about concentration, it's about control. It's the ability to say no to what doesn't matter, so you can say yes to what does. Consider the power of uninterrupted attention. When you are fully present with a task, a project, or a goal, you produce results exponentially faster. Your creativity flows, your problem-solving sharpens, and your work becomes more precise. Distractions, on the other hand, are productivity killers. They scatter your energy, create mental clutter, and keep you in a state of perpetual partial attention. The more you allow interruptions, the more you dilute your potential. Focus is your leverage. It multiplies everything you do. Without it, even the best ideas or the most hard-earned skills are wasted. The world around us is designed to steal your focus. Every notification, every alert, every urgent demand from someone else is a test of your attention. And every time you give in, you are giving up part of yourself. Most people never even realize how much energy they are spending being available for everyone else's agenda, while their own goals quietly suffer. They think multitasking is efficiency, but in reality, it is the fastest way to ensure nothing of real value gets accomplished. Focus requires prioritization, it requires discipline, and it requires awareness. Your focus is intimately tied to your purpose. If you don't decide what truly matters, your attention will be hijacked by whatever is loudest, easiest, or most immediate. Think about the difference between someone who achieves their dreams and someone who doesn't. It is rarely talent or intelligence that separates them. It is clarity. It is the ability to keep your mind fixed on the things that count and to ignore everything else. The person who protects their focus has a head start over everyone else in the race of life. Being selective with your attention is not selfish. It is strategic. Every yes you give to a distraction is a no to your future. Every moment you spend on something meaningless is a moment you could have spent building your skills, relationships, or personal growth. Focus is the bridge between your intentions and your results. The more you guard it, the closer you get to turning your goals into reality. The less you guard it, the further away your dreams drift. The challenge is that focus is fragile. It must be protected like the most precious asset you own. That means learning to say no, to cut out unnecessary obligations, and to set boundaries with people, technology, and even your own mind. It requires self-awareness, the courage to prioritize yourself, and the discipline to refuse short-term temptations that steal long-term gains. Focus is not about doing more, it is about doing less more intentionally. It is about eliminating what doesn't matter, so that what does matter gets your full energy and attention. Imagine a life where your focus is protected. You start each day with clarity, knowing exactly what matters and what doesn't. You invest your energy in tasks, relationships, and decisions that align with your vision. You are not pulled in 1,000 directions by other people's agendas or meaningless distractions. You produce work of exceptional quality because your mind is fully present. You accomplish more in a week than others accomplish in a month. Not because you are smarter, but because your attention is undivided, your energy is concentrated, and your purpose is clear. That is the power of treating focus as your most valuable resource. The harsh truth is, every time you let yourself be available for something that steals your attention, you are choosing the path of mediocrity. You are giving away the one thing that determines whether you will succeed or just survive. The choice is yours. Protect your focus and you unlock your potential. Waste it and you remain stuck, wondering why your dreams never come true despite all your effort. Focus is finite. Guard it. Prioritize it. Respect it. Your life depends on it. Every single day, without realizing it, your attention is being stolen. Not by disasters or life-altering events, but by the subtle, persistent forces that quietly steal your energy, scatter your focus, and keep you from the life you're capable of building. These are the focus thieves, the people, habits, and distractions that masquerade as urgent or necessary, but in reality only serve to keep you busy, scattered, and far from your true purpose. Identifying them is the first step toward reclaiming control of your life. Let's start with technology. It's convenient, it's entertaining, and it's indispensable, but it is also the #1 thief of focus. Every notification that pings your phone is a little tug on your attention, pulling you away from what matters. Social media, emails, apps, and constant messaging create a false sense of urgency, convincing you that being available at all times is productive. In reality, every time you stop what you're doing to check your phone, your mind has to reset, and it can take up to 20 minutes to regain deep focus. That's time, energy, and mental clarity wasted. And it accumulates hours, even days, lost to distractions that feel insignificant in the moment, but have enormous cumulative consequences. Then there are people, those who constantly demand your availability without adding value to your life. They are the emotional vampires, the energy drainers, and the drama makers. They call text or message for every trivial concern, expecting you to drop everything for them. You oblige because you feel obligated, guilty, or afraid to say no. But here's the reality. Your attention is a limited resource. Every moment you give away to someone who doesn't truly respect your time is a moment you cannot invest in your own growth, your own goals, or your own life. You have to ask yourself, who really deserves my energy, and who is only taking it? Habits are another insidious form of focus theft. Mindless scrolling, binge watching, procrastination, overcommitting, and multitasking all eat away at your mental clarity. Multitasking, in particular, is a silent killer. Many people believe they are efficient when they juggle multiple things at once. But research shows the opposite. Switching constantly between tasks decreases productivity and increases mental fatigue. Your focus is fragmented, your work is shallow, and your goals remain distant. Every habit that distracts you from your priorities is a thief, no matter how innocent it feels in the moment. Your own mind can also be a thief of focus. Negative self-talk, overthinking, anxiety, and rumination pull your attention inward, away from action and progress. Worrying about things you cannot control, replaying past failures, or imagining worst-case scenarios keeps you mentally occupied but unproductive. These internal distractions are dangerous because they feel like reflection or preparation, but they are often just avoidance. They steal energy that could be spent building, creating, and moving toward your vision. Then, there are obligations and commitments that serve no real purpose. Saying yes to every opportunity, request, or responsibility that comes your way might seem noble, but it comes at a cost. The more you spread yourself too thin, the less you can give to what actually matters. Every yes that doesn't align with your goals is a no to yourself. Focus thieves are often disguised as duties, tasks, or expectations, but their real effect is to dilute your attention and stall your progress. Even environments can be focus thieves. A cluttered workspace, noisy surroundings, or a chaotic home can fragment your attention and make it nearly impossible to concentrate on meaningful work. Disorganization is a subtle distraction that keeps your mind from performing at its best. If your physical and mental environments are filled with noise, you will never reach the depth of focus necessary to accomplish extraordinary things. The key to reclaiming your focus is awareness. You cannot protect your attention from something you cannot see. Start paying attention to where your time and energy are going. Track your day. Notice the patterns. Identify the moments when your mind wanders or when you give away your attention without realizing it. Ask yourself hard questions. Who or what is demanding my energy unnecessarily? What habits am I indulging that don't serve my goals? Where am I being pulled off course by obligations that aren't mine? Once you can identify these thieves, you have the power to eliminate them. You can mute notifications, limit social media, and create intentional boundaries with people. You can say no to distractions, decline unnecessary commitments, and design your environment for deep focus. You can train your mind to prioritize what matters and ignore what doesn't. Awareness is the first step, but action is what transforms awareness into freedom. So your focus is precious. Every time you allow it to be stolen, you are sacrificing potential, progress, and results. But the moment you identify the thieves and take steps to protect your attention, everything changes. You begin to reclaim your time, energy, and clarity. You begin to move toward your goals with purpose and precision. You begin to live a life dictated not by distractions, but by your own priorities. Remember, focus thieves are everywhere, and they often appear harmless or even necessary, but their effect is the same. They steal your most valuable resource. The good news is that once you identify them, you can stop being available to what doesn't matter and start being fully present for what does. The more intentional you become with your attention, the more unstoppable you will be. Your life is shaped not by how much you work, but by where you place your focus. Guard it fiercely. Protect it relentlessly. Identify the thieves, remove them, and watch your potential multiply. Every time you say yes to something that doesn't serve your purpose, you are saying no to yourself. Every time you bend to someone else's demands without thought, you are bending away from your own potential. Learning to say no is not just a skill, it is a survival tactic for anyone who wants to achieve greatness. It is the mechanism that protects your focus, your energy, and ultimately your life from being consumed by distractions and demands that do not align with your goals. The truth is, most people are uncomfortable with saying no. They fear confrontation, rejection, or the perception of selfishness. They worry that setting boundaries will alienate others or make them seem uncooperative. But here's the reality. Boundaries are not selfish. They are essential. They are a declaration that your time, energy, and attention are valuable. They are a statement that you will not allow your priorities to be compromised for the convenience of others. Every great achiever understands this. They do not apologize for protecting their focus. They recognize it as the foundation for everything they accomplish. Saying no begins with clarity. You must know what matters most to you. You must have a clear vision of your goals, your values, and the outcomes you are striving for. Without clarity, every request, every demand, every distraction becomes a test. You fail without realizing it. When you are clear about your priorities, saying no becomes not only easier but necessary. It is no longer a rejection of someone else. It is a commitment to yourself. Boundaries are also about consistency. Saying no once may be difficult, but saying no consistently is transformative. It sends a clear message to the world that your attention is not up for grabs. People will test your boundaries. They will ask, insist, and pressure. If you give in once, it becomes easier for them to do it again. But if you hold firm, you teach others to respect your time, your energy, and your focus. This is not arrogance. It is self-respect. It is the recognition that you are the gatekeeper of your own life, and you cannot allow others to dictate how your most valuable resources are spent. Many people confuse being helpful with being available for everything. They think that accommodating every request or being constantly reachable is a virtue. But in reality, this is how focus is stolen, energy is drained, and potential is wasted. Helping others is noble, but not when it comes at the cost of your own purpose. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Saying no does not make you unkind. It makes you strategic. It ensures that the energy you give, the time you invest, and the attention you offer goes where it truly counts. Boundaries are also about courage. Saying no is uncomfortable. It can feel awkward. It can provoke pushback, and it may even generate guilt. But growth rarely happens in comfort. Every time you say no to something that doesn't serve you, you are practicing courage, asserting control over your life, and training yourself to value your focus above temporary approval. Each no strengthens your discipline, sharpens your clarity, and reinforces your commitment to your goals. Consider how this works in practical life. Imagine being asked to attend every social event, respond to every message immediately, and agree to every favor requested by colleagues, friends, or family. If you said yes to all of it, how much time would be left for your own priorities? Very little, if any. Saying no is not a denial of life. It is a declaration that your energy is too valuable to be squandered. It is the act of protecting your ability to invest in what truly matters: your dreams, your growth, and your legacy. Boundaries are not just about external distractions. They are also about internal discipline. You must say no to your own impulses that steal focus: scrolling, social media, binge watching, procrastinating, or giving in to instant gratification. Internal boundaries are often the hardest because no one else is demanding them. They are silent thieves that slowly erode your focus. Yet establishing these limits within yourself is critical for achieving any meaningful progress. You cannot control the world, but you can control your response to it. You can decide what deserves your attention and what doesn't. Another important aspect of setting boundaries is understanding that time is irreversible. Every moment spent on things that don't align with your purpose is a moment lost forever. You cannot buy it back, you cannot earn it back, and you cannot manufacture more of it. The sooner you treat your focus as a non-negotiable asset, the sooner you will protect it with boundaries. Every no becomes a yes to your future, a yes to your potential, and a yes to the life you are striving to create. The impact of saying no and setting boundaries extends far beyond productivity. It transforms how you are perceived. People respect those who value themselves and their time. They take their commitments seriously. They do not waste energy on distractions. Saying no builds authority, self-confidence, and clarity in your interactions. It is a reflection of inner strength, not arrogance. Those who fail to say no allow their lives to be hijacked. Those who master it command their world. Ultimately, saying no and setting boundaries is about reclaiming control. It is about refusing to be a passive participant in your own life. It is about protecting the most powerful resource you have, your focus. Every no you utter, Every boundary you set strengthens your ability to live intentionally. It is not easy, but nothing worthwhile ever is. The discomfort of saying no today is the freedom, clarity, and success of tomorrow. So decide today that you will no longer be available for things that steal your focus. Decide that you will protect your energy, your time, and your attention with courage and consistency. Every no you give to distractions, unnecessary obligations, and energy drains is a yes to yourself, your vision, and your potential. Boundaries are the invisible walls that allow your focus to thrive. Build them, defend them, and watch how your life transforms when your attention is finally yours to control. When it comes to achieving extraordinary results, there is one skill that separates the average from the exceptional: the ability to focus deeply. In a world full of distractions, superficial tasks, and endless interruptions, cultivating deep work is no longer optional. It is essential. Deep work is the ability to concentrate without distraction on a cognitively demanding task. It is the state where productivity skyrockets, creativity flourishes, and mastery begins. Without it, no amount of time or effort will ever produce the results you are capable of achieving. The first step to cultivating deep work is understanding the cost of shallow work. Most people spend their days in a constant state of partial attention, jumping from task to task, responding to notifications, answering emails, and engaging in activities that feel busy but accomplish little of real value. Shallow work might give the illusion of productivity, but it rarely moves the needle toward meaningful goals. Deep work, on the other hand, creates results that are disproportionately powerful relative to the time invested. It is not just working harder, it is working smarter, with intensity, clarity, and purpose. To cultivate deep focus, you must first create the conditions for it. This means eliminating distractions at all costs. Phones should be silenced, notifications turned off, and your environment optimized for concentration. A cluttered desk, a noisy space, or an open door to interruptions is a constant drain on your attention. When you control your surroundings, you create the foundation for your mind to enter a state of flow. This is where the magic happens, the state where complex problems become solvable, where creative ideas emerge effortlessly, and where your full potential is unlocked. Deep work also requires time, discipline. Focus is not something you can summon on demand for 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. It is a muscle that grows stronger the more you train it. You must schedule blocks of uninterrupted time, protect them fiercely, and commit to them as if they were appointments with the most important person in your life, yourself. During these periods, you are not available to anyone or anything else. You are fully present with your task, fully committed to your goals, and fully in control of your energy. Another critical aspect of deep work is clarity of purpose. If you don't know what you are working toward, your focus will wander. Goals provide direction, and direction gives meaning to your concentration. Before you begin, identify the task or project that has the greatest impact on your vision. Then dedicate your attention to it exclusively until it is complete or until the designated time ends. This intentionality transforms your work from a series of busy motions into powerful steps toward achievement. The benefits of deep work extend far beyond immediate productivity. When you practice laser-sharp focus, you develop skills faster, produce higher quality work, and distinguish yourself from those who operate in distraction. Deep work is a form of leverage. It allows a single hour of focused effort to yield results that would take multiple hours of shallow, distracted work to accomplish. It is the difference between being average and being exceptional. Those who master deep work do not just get things done, they create outcomes that change their lives. However, cultivating deep focus is not easy. The mind is naturally drawn to novelty, interruption, and ease. Every notification, every new message, every tempting distraction is designed to pull you away from your purpose. Resisting these urges requires discipline, self-awareness, and practice. It is uncomfortable at first. You will feel the itch to check your phone, answer an email, or jump to another task. That discomfort is normal. It is the sign that you are training your mind to prioritize what truly matters. Routine also plays a critical role in developing deep work habits. By creating consistent times and spaces for focus, you condition your brain to enter a state of concentration more easily. Habits reduce mental friction, allowing your mind to dedicate its full energy to meaningful work. Over time, the ability to focus deeply becomes second nature. It is no longer a conscious effort, it is simply how you operate. Another aspect of deep work is embracing solitude. True focus often requires being alone, free from social pressures and interruptions. Solitude is not loneliness, it is the environment that allows your mind to process, reflect, and create at its highest level. Many people fear being alone with their thoughts because it forces them to confront discomfort, uncertainty, or inadequacy. But those who embrace solitude discover the power of their own mind. They find clarity, generate ideas, and develop the discipline necessary to excel. Finally, cultivating deep work is about valuing your attention as your most critical resource. Time is finite, energy is limited, and every moment spent in distraction is a moment lost. When you commit to deep work, you are committing to yourself, your vision, and your future. You are declaring that nothing is more important than the pursuit of your potential. This mindset transforms not only the way you work, but the way you live. You stop being reactive and start being intentional. You stop drifting and start moving with purpose. The result of cultivating deep work is extraordinary. Tasks that once felt impossible become manageable. Skills that seemed out of reach are mastered. Goals that once felt distant move closer with every focused hour. Life begins to shift from chaos to clarity, from distraction to achievement, from mediocrity to excellence. Deep work does not just make you productive, it makes you powerful. It trains your mind, shapes your character, and positions you to achieve the extraordinary life you are capable of living. So, if you want to accomplish more than most, if you want to create a life that others envy, if you want to move past mediocrity and step into excellence, cultivate deep work, protect your focus, guard your attention, eliminate distractions, embrace solitude. Schedule your time intentionally. Work with intensity and purpose. Because focus is not just a tool, it is your leverage, your power, and the pathway to everything you desire. Protecting your focus is not just about what you achieve today, it is about shaping the trajectory of your life for years to come. When you guard your attention, refuse distractions, and dedicate yourself to what truly matters, you are investing in a future where your goals are realized, your potential is unlocked, and your impact is magnified. The rewards of focus are rarely immediate, but they are enduring, compounding, and life-changing. Every moment you protect your attention today builds momentum for your tomorrow. The first long-term reward of protecting your focus is clarity. When you are no longer constantly pulled in 100 directions, you begin to see your life with greater precision, your priorities become obvious, your goals become sharper. You stop confusing urgent tasks with important ones, and you begin to understand where your energy should go. This clarity is powerful because it allows you to make decisions quickly, efficiently, and confidently. You no longer waste time and mental energy on things that do not matter. You see the path to your objectives clearly, and you can move with purpose. Another reward is exponential productivity. When your attention is concentrated on meaningful tasks, the quality and quantity of your output increases dramatically. Deep, uninterrupted focus allows you to solve problems faster, create work of higher caliber, and produce results that others can only achieve with much more effort. Protecting your focus ensures that every hour spent on your goals yields maximum impact. While others are distracted, reactive, and scattered, you are deliberate, intentional, and effective. Over time, this difference compounds, and your achievements grow far beyond what would be possible without disciplined attention. Protecting your focus also strengthens your mental and emotional resilience. Every time you refuse to be available for distractions, every time you say no to unnecessary demands, you are training your mind to prioritize, to concentrate, and to persevere. You develop patience and discipline because you are constantly practicing delayed gratification, the ability to focus on what matters now instead of seeking immediate, shallow rewards. This resilience becomes a permanent asset. It allows you to withstand challenges, setbacks, and pressures that would derail someone who has not learned the value of focus. One of the most significant long-term rewards is the compounding effect on skill and mastery. Focused effort over time is how expertise is developed, whether in a career, a craft, or personal growth. Protecting your attention ensures that the skills you invest in improve faster and deeper than those who divide their attention. Malcolm Gladwell famously talked about the 10,000-hour rule. The idea that mastery requires sustained, concentrated practice. Every moment spent protecting your focus accelerates your path to mastery, and mastery opens doors, creates opportunities, and separates you from the crowd. Relationships are another area that benefits from protected focus. When you are intentional with your attention, you are present with the people who matter most. You listen deeply, engage meaningfully, and contribute fully. You are not distracted by the constant pull of irrelevant demands or digital noise. Protecting your focus in relationships leads to stronger bonds, deeper trust, and more meaningful connections. The people who are worthy of your attention will feel your presence, respect your boundaries, and reciprocate your intentionality. Long-term focus also shapes your personal identity and self-respect. Each time you say no to distractions and yes to your priorities, you are affirming that your time, energy, and goals are valuable. You are telling yourself and the world that you are in control of your life. This builds confidence, self-esteem, and a sense of agency that endures. The more you protect your focus, the more you realize that your life is shaped not by circumstances or other people, but by your choices. You become the author of your own story, not a passive participant in someone else's. Another reward is financial and professional advancement. Those who protect their focus are the ones who achieve results that others cannot. They rise faster in their careers, start businesses that succeed, and create opportunities that distracted individuals miss. Focus allows you to execute on ideas, complete projects, and deliver value consistently. The market rewards results, and those who have honed their attention over years produce more than those who have scattered theirs. In the long run, this creates wealth, not just in money, but in opportunity, influence, and freedom. Perhaps the most profound reward of protecting your focus is the sense of purpose and fulfillment it brings. When you are intentional with your attention, you live in alignment with your values and goals. You are not constantly reacting to life, you are directing it. You experience the satisfaction of tangible progress, the confidence of knowing your efforts matter, and the peace of living with intentionality. This is a form of success that goes beyond external validation. It is internal, deep, and lasting. The reality is that distractions are everywhere, and the temptation to scatter your attention is constant. But the choice to protect your focus creates a long-term advantage that is nearly impossible to replicate. While others drift aimlessly, giving their time and energy away to shallow tasks and meaningless obligations, you build momentum. Every day of disciplined attention compounds on the last, creating a life that is not only productive but extraordinary. In the end, protecting your focus is not about perfection, it is about intention, discipline, and awareness. The long-term rewards are clarity, productivity, resilience, mastery, meaningful relationships, self-respect, financial and professional advancement, and a deep sense of purpose. These rewards are permanent, they grow and accumulate over time, shaping your life in ways that fleeting distractions never could. The decision is yours. You can continue to be available for anything that steals your attention, or you can protect your focus and watch your life transform. The more intentional you are today, the greater the long-term rewards. Focus is not just a skill, it is a superpower. Guard it fiercely, invest it wisely, and the results will change everything. Your focus is the most powerful weapon you will ever possess. Every choice you make about where to place your attention shapes your life, your success, and your future. If you allow yourself to be constantly available for distractions, obligations that don't matter, and people who drain your energy, you will slowly give away your potential. But when you choose to protect your focus, something extraordinary happens. You reclaim your time, your energy, and your power. You become deliberate in your actions, intentional in your decisions, and unstoppable in your pursuit of greatness. Saying no is not selfish, it is strategic. Guarding your attention is not arrogance, it is wisdom. Embracing deep work is not isolation, it is mastery. Each of these choices compounds over time, transforming your life in ways you cannot imagine in the moment. What seems like small disciplined steps today become monumental results tomorrow. What seems like sacrifice today becomes freedom, clarity, and achievement in the long run. The world will always demand pieces of you. Life will always pull you in 1,000 directions. But the most successful, fulfilled, and powerful individuals are not those who respond to every call. They are those who decide what truly deserves their attention and fiercely protect it. Your focus determines your reality. Your attention shapes your destiny. So today, make the choice. Stop being available for what steals your focus. Start being fully present for what builds you. Say no to distractions, yes to your purpose, and reclaim the power that belongs to you. Guard your attention, protect your energy, prioritize what matters, because once you do, you will no longer be pulled off course, and nothing will be able to stop you from achieving the life you are meant to live. You are not here to drift. You are here to conquer. You are not here to scatter your potential. You are here to focus, to master, and to thrive. Your focus is your superpower. Protect it relentlessly, use it intentionally, and let it lead you to the extraordinary life that is waiting for you.